Hey guys, welcome back to Overtakes. This is Kel.
And this is Misfit.
And we are here with our part 2 of stage 3 review for week 3. So we're looking at Friday and Saturday of the week. And started it off.
Friday was a little
Yeah.
We had some... Alright, we'll talk about this, though. San Francisco was the story of the day, really.
Yes, they really were.
To start off, I was kind of like, it was day, but we had Shanghai playing and the Mayhem playing, which that's not a big draw match. But let's talk about San Francisco for a minute in Philadelphia. They came out and railed the Fusion.
Fusion had a bad week.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a quick turnaround, so that probably didn't help them.
Yeah, and we talked about that, too.
Yeah, we did. I still don't think we saw this coming. San Francisco just coming out. I mean, yeah, map 3 meant something, but by the time it got to that point, you could tell that it was just not looking good because it's like, oh, hey, it's going to come down to Route 66. Oh, who's
oh, yeah.
What's going to happen? Oh, well, they're going to put in Snillo and it'll be great. It's like, oh, wait, no, they have Dante and Sinatra.
Yeah.
That was the map that
Architect went fucking nuts.
Just went off.
I think you're thinking of Blizzard World.
Yes.
Blizzard World's where it was like, when we did our picks for this, we were kind of like, Philadelphia is probably going to be 3-1, going into 66, meaning something, and just finishing it off there.
Right.
It was kind of the opposite.
It was the exact opposite.
We got one orange team. You got the color right.
Right. That was we were a 100% chance of getting a color right.
Yeah. We did well on that one.
It was just the shade of orange that you had to pick right.
The Architect went off on that.
Yeah, he did.
And more and more, I think people are figuring out kind of how to beat Philadelphia. I mean, you don't want to let Snillo run wild, but you got to just get rid of Carpe.
Yes.
Just eliminate him from any scenario, and generally you're going to be better.
For sure.
Because him on the Widowmaker is just ridiculous. And then whatever else he plays, too, is crazy.
Right. But yeah, it seems to be the real key to shut down Philly is taking out Carpe, no matter what he's playing.
Because, I mean, his kill-death ratio it's been way off from what it was. And it's not that he's not doing work on Widow or whatever he's playing.
He's just getting focused. Yeah.
And I think that happens with some of the other guys, too. Like, Fleta, people have been doing that, too, lately. Mm-hmm. And just, like, he's been, like, on a milk carton.
Yeah, he really has.
But can't say enough about San Francisco in this match and how well they played. I mean...
Oh, they played phenomenally.
As young of a team as they are, they hang with these big teams really good that got all the experience together and all this stuff. I mean, you could say Philadelphia doesn't have a lot of experience together, but they're all super experienced players on this team.
It seems like every stage we've had one team that really rises up and almost comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's looking like in this stage, that's San Francisco.
Yeah.
Last stage, it was Philly, and the Gladiators. And then in the first stage, it was Boston.
Yep.
And Boston and, I guess Houston, too.
Yeah, Houston and Boston. But in this stage, similarly to the last stage, add a great main tank to a above average to average skill level team, it changes the story.
Right, and it elevates their game to a whole nother level. And that's exactly what's happening with San Francisco.
Yeah, Super's by far, in my opinion, one of the best additions they made.
Oh, yeah.
And, all right, I slammed Architect last week because they had him on the wrong fucking hero, guys.
Yep.
He shouldn't have been playing Sombra.
Yeah.
No. I mean, he probably would tell you he shouldn't have been on Sombra.
Yeah, especially when you have a player like Dante, who's the best Sombra in the league. Yeah. Why would you not play him?
But Architect came to play this week,
Yeah,
man.
He did.
He probably saw a bunch of people railing him. He's like, yeah, watch this. This is why I'm here, motherfuckers. And he just pretty much did it.
Here I am when I'm playing my best heroes.
Yeah. Which, that just adds a sick scenario for their DPS line,
right,
man. Jesus. A baby base pretty much...
I mean, he's riding the bench right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to say for good reason, but for pretty valid reasons.
Yeah, pretty valid reason. Architect is playing out of his mind.
Yeah. Architect's playing out of his mind. Carpe has just been... Or, not Carpe. Dante has been just a monster since, like, about halfway through stage 1.
Yeah, his game has gone through the roof.
I mean, he's far and away the most improved player. From where he was at the very beginning to where he is now. Yeah. I mean, just a completely different player than we saw at the
and
very
that's not
beginning
just Sombra either.
The season. Oh yeah, it's
overall
all over.
This is before Sinatra got here too.
Yeah.
We were talking about how good he's played.
Yeah,
that was on Tracer.
and he's continuing that up to this point. And it's he's almost even more impressive now because he's not having to play Tracer. So we're seeing his other hero pool, or the rest of his hero pool, and it's absurd how good he is at all of these different characters.
Yeah, and he's kind of libero-ish with his hero pool. He can just kind of, whatever you need, he can kind of do. Like if you need Genji, he's got a decent Genji. If you need Tracer, he can do Tracer. You know, if you need
his Widow's incredible. But I mean, just all around, just a phenomenal player.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of got that libero bag of tricks.
Yeah.
Which, you know, like like we saw the other, with New York, you know, they run Sabiobi on Roadhog, which still scares me to death.
Right.
I have nightmares about that. I'm sorry. A guy with that aim, anyway. But they run him on that, and then you can run Libero you can run him on Junkrat. If you don't need Junkrat, you can run him on Tracer if you want to do that. If you want to run him on, it's just nice to have that.
Yeah, it gives them an incredible amount of flexibility.
And Sinatra's ridiculous on Tracer. And he was ridiculous in this match. Snillo, though, I mean, he kind of got kind of bested in this one.
Yeah, he did.
It's not like he didn't play terrible. It's just, I think Sinatra's showing why. I think Sinatra's getting comfortable, and he's showing why everybody was all over him like before. Because I remember from some of the World Cup matches, he looked really good.
Yeah,
he's starting to show I could be in the top 2 or 3 Tracers in the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're a team to watch out for.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, some of these other teams are kind of like, you know, going through this burnout thing like we were talking about. Sleepy actually was one of them. He said, you know, I'm not myself right now. I think this grind is getting to some of these guys.
For sure.
And it's something we talked about before the season started when we did our season preview. There's 40 games, and it's a grind. It's like half a basketball season or, you know, a baseball season kind of thing where you're playing, you know, twice a week. You got practices. You have 2 days off a week.
Well,
and are they really days off?
That's really the big thing for these guys is like how rigorous is their practice schedule. Then they're also probably playing on their own, just kind of doing their own thing, like playing ladder and all of that. And it's like after you start to do that for a really long time, you get burnout, and it's something that other sports really don't run into as much. Just because, like, I mean, yeah, you get like physically tired and all that, but you don't tend to have that mental aspect as much in other games because, I mean, this game is all mental.
Yeah, this is all mental, and I mean, there's some physical aspects, but it's all mental, and different things happen in a match. But sports, there's always something different going on. Like a regular sport, there's always something different going on. Yeah. Even like in soccer, you know, positionally, you arrange something different. The ball goes a different way. In this, you're on Blizzard World. You know the cart's got to go through here, and it's going to end up here. And, you know, the way these guys play, you kind of know where they're going to come from. Right. All the time. I mean, in other sports you do, and it's just, you constantly do it over and over and over and over again. It just fucks with your head, man. Yeah. Like, and then you get some situations where people, like, affect press. Yeah. Because they're losing, and they're really good, and they want to take all the weight onto their shoulders, and they can't, and then it just mentally destroys them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's a completely different thing that they don't tend to run into in other sports, that they gotta figure this out. And it seems like the team that probably has it most figured out is New York.
Yeah.
Whatever
Boston.
Whatever those two teams are doing, they're doing it right. And I really, really wonder if they kind of have them on like a set schedule, getting them up and making sure that they're doing physical activity, they're keeping their minds fresh and all of that. I feel like they have to have all of that taken care of for them to perform at a high level on a consistent basis for as long as they have to do this.
Yeah, I do too. And I think they need to, I don't know if they have them, I think they need to employ some sports psychology people into the teams, into the league. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they have one for the league, but if I was a team owner, I would have a psychologist of some sort.
I would have a psychologist, I would have a trainer. Just to make sure, like a physical trainer, I would have these guys working out, getting outside, making sure that they're doing all this stuff, because
even if it's just cardio stuff, it doesn't. Yeah, you know, it doesn't have to be like full on like crazy workouts. In order for your mind works better when you actually have done physical exercise. Yes, it's a proven fact. And I know some of these guys do, and I know some of them don't. Yeah, I mean, their exercise is playing on stream for 6 hours overnight before they have to go to practice.
Right.
It's just a grind, and it's starting to get to some people, and you can see it.
For sure.
I mean, guys that are in, like, the main example we talked about in the show before this one was Prophet blowing that pulse bomb in overtime. I mean, and stage one, you think you would have blew that? Nope.
I feel like some of these guys, like especially like the Korean guys, because Korea just has such an established esports just leagues and just culture in general. They kind of know they're a little bit better about that kind of stuff just because they've been around it and they've seen it for so long. But even still, like, I feel like it's got to be organization to organization. They have to recognize that is a really important part of it.
Yeah, they do.
Enough on that whole thing. Let's talk about some of the other matches that happened on Friday.
Okay, we had Florida play Shanghai. Florida did not look great in this match. They were lucky to get a 3-1.
Shanghai just was not.
They were worse.
Yeah.
I mean,
and once again, it's the same things. Dia looked good. Gagori looked good, but just the rest of that roster just does not have enough talent to put them over the top.
Yeah, and the thing is like Florida, they're defensively they're good.
Yes.
But their attacks are terrible.
Yeah,
they can't win.
Florida, once they get split up or there's any kind of like they're not together, they just fall apart.
Or if you come at them hard, like New York does, like teams like New York and Philadelphia, they need time to assess the situation. It's not like a lot of time. I'm not like saying sitting around for 5 minutes, but if you're spawn camping them or chasing them back to spawn or whatever, they just can't. They can't handle it. Yeah. And they are terrible on hybrid maps. Period. They are just awful.
They're not good on hybrid.
I mean, I'm a fan, and I gag every time I fucking watch them on a hybrid map. Most of the time, they barely get the cart moving, capture the point, and then when they do, they have no time to get to the first checkpoint. They usually get one.
Right, because it took them so long to get that first point.
Yeah, I mean there are a few times, and 66 even they're terrible on escorts. They're bad.
Yeah.
It's like moving that cart they can't deal with. You get them on control and you get them on 2CP, they're okay.
Right.
In fact, they beat, teams like New York on those.
But for some reason, when you have them and they have to do both, they're just, I don't know. It's real weird of how they go about it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the way they're approaching, taking points, the characters they're picking, what doors they're going. It seems like it's all wrong every time.
Yeah.
It's just like they come in, it's like fail. But like, you get them on Volskaya, they'll take both points.
Yeah.
Or you get them on, Nepal or Li Jiang or one of those. And they're fantastic. I just don't understand.
It's real weird. They still got a lot of
work.
A lot of work to do for sure.
Yeah. I mean, everyone, including me, I was excited about the new guys coming in. They're better. They beat Shanghai, but who doesn't?
Yeah. Literally every team has beat Shanghai.
Yeah. Let's talk about the match of the day here. We'll move on to that one. Boston and Seoul.
And this is the game where we're really seeing Seoul is falling apart.
Yep. And Boston is that good, folks.
Yes.
That's another thing in this. Boston is that good.
Yeah.
I mean,
they really are.
I mean, the wacky map in this whole thing was that Junkertown, Blizzard World.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be one of those 6-5 ones. And then they both held on the first point.
Yeah.
And, because usually you get a tie, you're thinking, it's usually like the 2CP.
Yeah.
Which, imagine how crazy that would have been.
But I mean, the hold that Boston had on Volskaya.
That was ridiculous.
That was absurd.
They're playing absurd, though. That's the thing.
Really
they're so good.
They're so damn good.
Seoul's got problems, and
it also didn't help that halfway throughh this game, Rouge Hong left.
Yeah.
So that really hurt Seoul, and you could tell. I mean, we say it all the time. It's like if Rouge Hong is not in this,
they're terrible.
They are bad because he is the heart and soul of that team.
Yeah.
And if he's not there, then they just don't have it.
Yeah, and what happens is they focus on Fleta.
Mm-hmm.
They take care of him, and Zunba's been hurt.
Yep.
Off and on with his wrist thing, and then you have Zephyr in there who's decent but not him.
But yeah, he's not Zumba.
Yeah, and the same thing. Then you got to have Guido in there, who's I'm not a fan of on Zenyatta.
Yeah, no.
I think he's a guy who should be put back on DPS.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at this point, you don't really have an option.
No. Yeah, when you lose your top guy and he literally can't even play, then...
Yeah, I mean, you got
really
Gambler.
Screwed.
They don't seem to like Gambler on that secondary support.
Yeah, they like him more on
the Mercy.
On Mercy or...
Lucio,
yeah.
Yeah, on that. But you got Toby doing... I don't know. I don't want to get into that whole thing. But yeah, this match. So Boston here, this is like... They're on 10 wins in a row now. I think that's the longest winning streak in the league.
Yeah.
So far.
It is.
Because New York got beat in the first stage.
Yeah.
So...
I think their longest one was like 6 games.
It might have been like 8, 7 or 8. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Philadelphia beat them towards the end of stage 1.
Yeah.
Anyway, just watching this team going on a 10-game winning streak against... They pretty much cycled through.
I mean, everybody. And it's not like they're playing
Shanghai and Florida every week.
Yeah,
or Dallas.
They're winning games against the top teams. They beat New York. They beat Philly. I mean, other than New York, they're the only team in the league that has beat every other team.
Yep.
At least once.
Yeah, and they
that is incredible.
Yeah, including beating New York and London and Seoul.
Yeah,
and they've beaten London multiple times now.
Yeah,
and Seoul multiple times. Are they, I mean, my thing is, are they in the league just overall in general? I'm dropping London out, and I'm putting them up in the top 2.
Yeah.
Maybe even top. I wouldn't even put London in the top 5 right now. They're just not right.
No, something's weird. I think they can get back to that at some point, but
they're not
as
there
of
now.
right now, they are not even close.
Nope, I think Boston is probably the second best team in the league.
Yeah.
And Seoul and London are kind of the same thing right now.
Yeah.
They're just wallowing around in the middle of the pack there with the Houstons and the Gladiators and the Fusion of the world.
Right, where it gets real messy down in there.
Yeah, I mean, Boston and New York are pretty much guaranteed wins every week now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the only 2 teams that you could say that.
Yeah,
Where you look at the schedule, you're like, all right, they're going to win both those games. Like, New York's going to get a match here. They're going to win that one. Boston's the same way. The way they're playing. And everyone thought, including us, they were going to be done. I was like, well, without Casper, there's no way. Oh, yeah?
Oh.
And like we said before, their tanks are playing unbelievable.
Yes.
And you know, for Boston right now, their tanks playing at that level works so well with the hero pool that Mistakes has with Striker playing Tracer. It's just because you don't need them to protect as much in the back, because one of them is going to play either Genji or Tracer.
Right.
And so they can focus on dive instead of peeling, but they're good at that too. Like Note is probably one of the best in the league at peeling for the back line.
Oh, for sure.
But the way they're running dive right now, with the way these 2 guys play, because they don't have a Pharah player, really.
Yeah.
And
but it doesn't seem like they need one.
I was going to say they don't need one, and he's decent on Mistakes is decent on Widow, and so Striker when they play him once in a while. But it's like we'll just run straight dive and just kill you. You know, we'll run Genji Tracer, we'll run Sombra Tracer.
They seem to have taken the New York mindset of, we're just going to run whatever works for us. We don't care what the meta is. We're just going to do our thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's going to work out.
You know, Houston did that too.
Yeah.
It's been doing that. And it's been better.
Yeah, they have been.
The teams that are saying, you know what? This is what we're good at, instead of trying to conform to a meta.
Yeah.
Which I like better.
I still think Houston needs a Tracer, though.
Yeah, I do too. I didn't deny that. I just said.
But yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
That's like saying, water's wet and the sun will come up tomorrow. But the way them and Seoul jerks with their shit all the time.
Yeah.
They're putting different people in, different people out. We're gonna run this, we're gonna run that. If they had I think some of these teams like Boston and New York, they come up with like three or four comps for a map, for the map pool.
Yeah.
All right, this map on this, we're going to run this. Most of the other time, we're going to run, straight dive, or we're going to run, like Sombra's popular. So we're going to run Sombra Tracer the majority of the time on these X maps, and then you run on your control maps. Because half the time they don't even run the Reinhardt Roadhog thing or any of that shit. They're just like, fuck it, we're doing what we do, and stop it. And nobody can. No, they can't. It's absolutely crazy. So let's move on to some of the Saturday matches. Yeah. Where we had some other really, really top-notch games. Crazy matches. Started off with London and the LA Valiant. Yeah. Wow, this was a match. This was a good one. Another reverse sweep weekend, kind of. Almost. I mean, this was almost a reverse sweep. All right.
Of all the times for London to finally get their shit together, they did it on Oasis, and they made the Valiant pay.
Yeah, they did. They finally got it together on there. I just still can't believe that they won. I keep thinking the Valiant won.
Yeah.
Because it went to 5 maps, so you're just like, oh yeah, the Valiant won. Because it's Oasis. Or maybe after... they've actually... one of them was saying on the broadcast, they've played Oasis more than any other team.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, at some point it's got to click, right?
Yeah.
And I think it did here.
It did.
The Valiant didn't look as good as they had been, but conversely, London looked like London.
Yes.
In this for the first time. It still made a great match, though.
Oh, it did. It really did.
The Valiant did take it to them on a couple of situations, but it really was London being London in this match.
Yeah.
Really.
This is the first time since probably stage 2 that we've seen London really be themselves and that top tier team that we know that they are.
I'm assuming Birdring's been sick because he's been in and out a lot.
Yeah, he's been in and out, and then just like we said with the burnout thing, I think they were definitely experiencing that. And that like Gesture has not been the same player that he was, but he seems to be coming back around. Yeah,
he does. And actually, Hurek did a good job in most of this match. He has a smaller hero pool than Birdring, but I mean he was on a championship team and he's a good player. There's a reason he's still stuck around for this team. Well, the thing is their second team is better than Souls by leaps and bounds. Away, yeah. I don't care what anyone says. Because even Closer and Hureg,
Closer had a really good game this week.
I get all their names are similar and weird. I don't know. It's like a bad 90s rap song. Hureg Woo-yo. Fucking tag team?
Right. Oh, man.
Tag team or fucking Naughty by Nature. One of those fucking Busta Rhymes. That sounds like something that came out of his mouth for about 6 albums. Anyway, maybe they like Busta Rhymes. I don't know. No, but their second line is way better. And the Valiant, they just took it to the Valiant most of the match. I mean, I know the Valiant did win 2 maps in a row, but London is still bad on control. Let's just be honest. They don't win much on Nepal either.
No.
And they don't do well on Nepal. They do okay on Oasis. They're terrible on or not Oasis. They're Ilios.
Yeah, Oasis terrible on Oasis. One of the worst maps, even though they won this game.
Yeah, and the stage Lijiang is the only one that they're decent on.
Yeah,
really, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're meh on Ilios.
Yeah.
That might be one of their best ones.
Yeah, Ilios. I think it's Ilios and Lijiang are their 2 best ones.
Yeah, but even then, they're still not that great on either of those.
Yeah, they're just awful, and that's why it's like, all right, yeah, the Valiant took Nepal, but that happens all the time with them,
right?
And they're mediocre on 66.
Yeah,
and the Valiant kind of had that one of those games too, where they were like, oh shit, here we go with mediocre Valiant. Up and down.
Right. They went back.
Space still was good though,
and reverted back to that just kind of meh. I mean, they didn't look bad, but they just didn't look as good or dominant as they did the rest of the stage. Yeah,
I was trying to say it right, and it took me 10 fucking minutes to not say super, but I'm probably going to say it again. So Space looked really good in this still though.
He did.
Their him and Fate are just awesome together.
They really are.
I don't know how we even thought that him and Envy... I've forgotten all about Envy, really, to be honest. I was like, oh yeah, Envy? That guy?
Yeah, I mean, that's just how good Space has been.
Yeah,
He's just... You don't even notice that Envy's gone.
No, you don't. And they're just on point all the time. And they kept him in a lot of points in this match.
Yeah.
Especially Space. Because there's times when Space just goes, fuck all you guys. I'm cleaning this point off. We're taking this now. I'm done.
Yeah, for sure.
And he could just dive in there with Diva like by himself, and he's like one of the few guys that he is good at diving in. It's kind of like taking the circle route. Dives in, missiles, shoots up, gets a couple kills, and then like all in one circle he's out.
Yeah, it's
in one boost.
But yeah, this was an incredible match. Definitely recommend checking it out.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next one.
The next one was even better.
Yeah. New York and the Gladiators.
I
My
love
God,
the parity in this league now.
Another reverse sweep.
Yep,
This
one
time,
actually happened.
courtesy New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you were just saying, the parity in the league has just gotten
I love it, man. I want this all the time.
Phenomenal. And it's just
I want it top
it's producing quality matches week in, week out.
This one was probably one of the most quality matches you're going to see all year.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though, I mean, it was a reverse sweep, but still.
God, New York is just so good at Ilios.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is when that's on there, it's generally a 2-0 New York.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Because no one can get a foothold anywhere because you just got... You either have Pine on McCree or you have him on Widow, and you can't even get close to the point because if he's on McCree, when you get close to the point, he'll just flashbang and shoot you. He doesn't even freaking right click.
Yeah.
That's the most absurd part. He's just like flashbang, headshot, you're dead, bye.
Yep. And he's one of the best too, like with taking out Farah.
Yes.
With McCree. Like, he will just shoot at the Farah until someone, like, comes in his peripheral vision before he does the flashbang one-shot thing.
Right. But it's absolutely ridiculous. And then, if they're playing Ruins, his freaking Widow is just disgusting on that map.
Other Widow peeks their head out, and it's gone.
Boom.
And then, I got the Zen, and the Mercy, and I think I got the Tracer 3/4 of the way down.
Yeah.
I missed that shot, damn it.
Tracer's at 1.
Yep, Tracer 1. How? Fine. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
They're just ridiculous. And, that's... When you're that good on a map like that, in a situation like this, they were down 2-0.
Yeah.
And you're going, Gladiators could take this one. Then you see Ilios on there. Well, they got one.
Yeah.
And they're...
But they're also really good on Junkertown.
Yeah.
They're excellent on Junkertown, honestly. Because I feel like they have some of the better defense that we see on that map. Because that's a really hard map to defend. And
I hate defending that map. Like when you play. Ugh.
They're really good at that last point, and then when it gets down to that first point where they need to get a stop on it, like if it's like 3-3, they are almost always guaranteed to get that stop.
They're always on it on that one. And the thing is they have the guys on their team, their hero pool for Junkertown, like the what they're good on.
Yeah.
Not just your basic stuff, your basic dive stuff. Their other heroes, they work out perfectly on this map.
They really do.
Because you can put Libero on Hanzo, on attack, or, Sabio can run Widow. You can do a double sniper. It's just
the versatility that they have is ridiculous.
And who's it? Meko that plays Orisa? He's sick on Orisa, man.
His Orisa is
and
amazing.
Then you can put Sabiobi on Roadhog. You can put Mono on Roadhog.
Mm-hmm.
Mono plays Orisa. Meko plays Roadhog. When they don't have
that's right.
When they don't have Sabiobi running it, which I still have nightmares about it.
It really is the most terrifying thing ever.
Make Roadhog blink. Imagine that, him with blinks and Roadhog.
God.
They would have to have 12-man teams against him.
I don't want to think about those nightmares.
Yeah. But Junkertown is just like a map set up for that team. I don't...
It really is.
There's really no other way.
The thing is, like, the Gladiators look really good to start this game, and then
they did.
And then New York was just like, sit down, boy. Sit down, young ones. We got this.
Yeah,
and they're just
still
like,
the master.
Like we're still the beasts in this whole situation.
But the Gladiators played good.
Yeah, they played really well.
More and more, I'm liking that wacky ass DPS rotation that they got.
Absolutely.
I know people are saying, they need to figure it out. They're the only team that I'm saying this about too.
Yes.
I'm like on this New York. Occasionally you flip somebody out, like you put Pine in on Ilios because he kills everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But them doing the Surefour, Hydration, Asher, and Silk Thread, and running Silk Thread in there. I think the way they're doing that, kind of genius in a way.
Absolutely. We've talked about this for sure.
But I'm liking it more and more every time I see it. It didn't work out too well. It didn't work out in the end in this one.
But I mean, again, they're playing New York.
Yeah, they're playing New York, exactly. And you got Jonak and Ark that keep everybody fucking alive all the time.
Just in these absurd situations that they have no business staying alive.
This was the most absurd Jonak situation.
Yes.
This was when we talk about game awareness with Jonak on City Center on Oasis in overtime.
Absolutely.
When Fissure set that Earth Shatter up, he just hid behind the wall because he knows where everybody's at on their ults.
He knows where they're at on their ult.
And where they're at on the map.
Exactly where they are on the map. It's insane.
I would even bet you he said fissure behind.
Yeah.
However they call that.
Yeah.
And he was right around the corner, came around Convalescence, and, they had it set up for him and for Fissure to do that and Hydration to drop a rip tire right on that. He convalesced, and then actually Hydration held his rip tire because he knew it wouldn't have done any fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it might have got somebody, but that was a 4-man Earth Shatter.
Yeah.
And Jonak just, nope.
No.
Not going to happen. I knew what you guys were doing. And then Arc brings everybody back, tops everybody off, and they take the fucking point and win.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous. I don't know how you stop this team.
No. And
they're so fucking good.
The easiest way to stop them is to get rid of, the only way to stop them is get rid of Arc and Jonak.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, the easiest way, which is pretty much...
right, and that is not an easy task. But it's the only thing you can do, really.
Yeah.
If you can do that, then you can shut them down, but good luck.
The easiest way to run through a chainsaw.
Right.
Yeah. Thinking that's pretty much what you're trying to figure out.
Exactly.
But yeah, they were just sick. And Gladiator still got a little bit to go, I think.
Yeah.
They're coming up, but I think Stage 4, they're definitely going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because the standings, we'll go over the standings before we finish this one up. Because they're getting more and more important now.
I mean, they still have a shot of getting into this stage playoff. If they can go above 500 the rest of the way, I think they can. If they win like 3 out of the next 4,
I think they can be in.
They can be in, yeah.
Yep. And then, overall, they got a ways to go overall.
Yes. But they could sneak into that last 6th spot.
They're 2 spots out.
The big thing that's going to hurt them is the map differential because they had a long way to go. They're positive now, but
they were so far
way to go to catch up to some of these other teams.
Because they were down where San Francisco is. They were at like minus 13 or 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
The thing is if Houston stays above these guys and gets a win over a big team and they move up, they have the highest map differential outside of the Valiant.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to stay ahead of Phil. If they can hold that spot, they're going to stay above all these teams.
Yeah.
If they end up having the same record. I mean, obviously it's going to fuck the map differential up, but it's so big right now.
And then there was the last match.
Yeah, well, we were talking about the important stuff.
Yeah, we talked. Houston destroyed the Dallas dumpster fire.
And
what a surprise.
Yeah, what a surprise. It's not a surprise. Now they have a different coach and all the other shit. And effect, I said this before, I feel for him the way that match ended. He just lost his mind. And it's good to see things like, the only thing I'm going to say about this match, because it was a shit show, they looked terrible. I know they were planning on having Mickey off Diva. Seagull had some shit going on. It didn't work out. Anyway, it was good to see in this league, at the end of that match, when Effect was losing his fucking mind, Jake go up there and just kind of give him it's going to be alright, dude.
Right.
Kind of hug thing and all that shit. I like that stuff, man.
For sure.
I mean, I like, just as much as I like the rivalry stuff, I like these guys taking care of each other too, because sometimes it doesn't seem like there's people watching them.
Yeah.
Not saying they need a babysitter, but when you're seeing a guy like this, like any other professional sport, that's why they need a union.
Yes.
When you're seeing a guy like this lose his fucking mind like that, he was visibly mentally exhausted, shaken, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The dude needs someone to sit down and talk to him, man.
Yeah.
And if it's, hey dude, maybe, I know you're really, really in, maybe you need to take a couple weeks off.
Yeah.
Get some rest. Practice, do your thing or whatever, but, we're going to sit you out of the matches just for your mental benefit. It's not doing us any good right now anyway. We're not going to win anything. We're not going to be anywhere.
Right.
Just fucking sit him down and get him, some help. Because he fucking lost his mind. I'm sorry.
He absolutely
You could
did.
see it.
Yeah.
You could see it coming. Midway through the first fucking, when Houston started beating him, it was here we fucking go again. And this one's not playing, and that one's not playing, and I'm doing all the fucking work. I'm just going to fucking fuck this.
Yeah. I do feel for the guy for sure.
And I like the way he plays, too. That's why.
Right.
But, I mean, that was all we really need to say about that. I'm actually, that was not a drink moment for the Dallas Fuel.
No.
So, that was a serious moment. I just wanted to cover that. Anyway, that is going to wrap up our review for the week. So, don't forget to join us on the High Noon Pick'em. Remember, 200 subscribers, we'll throw a prize in after stage 4. Give us a like, subscribe. We appreciate all of the comments and everything that you guys have been doing with us. All the likes, subscriptions, all this stuff. And follow us on Facebook. Twitter, Twitch, when we do our streaming, which we'll have some more coming up at some point. We have a Discord we'll get more into. And we will see you guys with previews.
Yeah, see you guys on the next one. Later.
Later.